we should rant and rave. So I think you're actually starting out. What's your rant or rave?
Well, I have an observation, and that is a couple of days ago we learned that John Henry is now making the principal owner of the Boston Red Sox, who had earlier said that his group was interested in buying the Red Sox, has now restructured his bid, and he's making a solo bid for the Boston Globe. And I have to tell you, this one to me has the ring of real plausibility to it. It seems to me that everybody's kind of rooting for Stephen Ben Taylor, part of the family that used to own the Globe. It kind of seems to me that if they had the money, it would have happened by now.
Especially because they've been working on this.
It would have happened 4 years ago,
right?
the first time that the Globe went up for sale. We certainly don't want to see the likes of Papa Doug Manchester coming in here, who has turned the San Diego paper into a propaganda sheet for his business interests. John Henry is a serious guy. He's got a ton of money. I don't imagine Dan Shaughnessy would be looking forward to John Henry buying the Globe, but this could be a very, very interesting bid.
As long as he doesn't bring in Bobby Valentine to run the thing, I have no problem with it.
He can bring in Terry Francona, though.
Well, that wouldn't be bad.
Roy, you're up next.
Okay, I'm going to reach out to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and the newspaper there, which is a very strange newspaper, the Chattanooga Times Free Press, a combined newspaper. The Times was originally owned by the New York Times. And they have editorial pages opposite each other, one liberal, one conservative. The editor for the conservative one wrote a column just before President Obama came to Chattanooga, and it was about his jobs bill. And at the last minute, this guy, who'd been there for about 14 months, decided to change the headline. And he changed the headline to the Johnny Paycheck song, which is...
You can say it on air, I think.
Well, what is it?
Take this job and shove it.
Take this job and shove it. And the headline probably wasn't that bad on an editorial page piece. You could have made an argument for it. But this guy stuck the headline on at the last minute, and he was fired for this.
Did he say, was it take this job and shove it, or take this job's bill?
Take this job's bill and shove it, Mr. President. Very respectful. So anyway, it's become a huge issue on the internet. You know, why did this happen to him?
It doesn't seem so bad.
The problem, I think, is that he was insubordinate in changing the headline.
No, that's a bigger issue. Kara, what's up?
Rave for John Oliver, who not everybody may know is sitting in for Jon Stewart this summer while he takes the summer off to do a project. He's been doing amazingly well in a summer of kind of depressing news. I think we've got a clip.
The house is clearly where things go to die. It's where parents are going to start telling their kids their aging pets went. Oh, no, Fluffy's fine, darling. She just got stuck in committee.
So, you know, I mean, he has taken a summer of news that it's very hard for, I think, regular news outlets to wrap their minds around. Bob Filner in San Diego, Anthony Weiner in New York, Congress just doing a disastrous job. And John Oliver has sort of used comedy, I think, to do a great job of cutting to the heart of it.
John, what do you have?
A rant for Twitter and the way that it was used by some news organizations, including the Wall Street Journal, to break the news of the Bradley Manning verdict, the Army officer who was accused of espionage and a number of other crimes for leaking classified information. They blasted out at basically a headline saying Manning acquitted. That was only half the story. The rest of the story was that he was convicted on enough counts to send him away for life. Other news organizations, without going over the 140-character limit, managed to get it straight. If Twitter is turning fine news organizations like the Journal that lazy, then there's a problem.
It's so hard not to rush, and it's so easy to make a really, really embarrassing mistake when you do. I'm going to give a quick rave, and I think there's some disagreement about my rave here. The article that the Globe ran today by Noah Bierman and Matt Visor, taking issue with Senator Elizabeth Warren's propensity for ducking questions in the halls of the Senate. I actually thought it was great that they called her out the way they did. I felt like the tone was right. It was relatively gentle. They noted she's not the only one who dodges questions or tries not to talk to the media, but that it is highly unusual. And I thought it was an effective way to sort of try to, push her into being a little bit more communicative in the Senate, where the voters of Massachusetts Senate. But I know not everyone liked it.
No, it was interesting. I thought that they should have given more emphasis to the difficult situation she finds herself in as being a celebrity freshman senator who does not want to appear to be calling too much attention to herself over more senior colleagues. It was in there. I thought that angle should have been played up a little more.